Hello everybody and welcome back to Shadows of New York. So, we've been fired. Shocker. This is ridiculous. You know I'm gonna start shopping the story around the second I leave this room, don't you?
Of course I know, I told him.
Any response?
Let us worry about that.
Oh, they're gonna try to kill you! Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
Of course not.
Click, clack, click, clack, click. I do wonder if I could get accustomed to one of these loud mechanical keyboards some people here love to use. Whenever I did my work in here, I was still expected to bring my own crappy laptop and sit closer to the lobby. Always on the outside, no matter how hard I try to break in. A vibration in my back pocket feels like a bad omen. I decide to ignore it for now. I've been working on this fucking story for, I don't know, 16 months on and off.
I know.
You kept cheering me on.
I know.
We have even agreed on the pay I'd receive.
I know.
I'm 2 months behind on my rent. No, wait, 2.5. I catch him off guard. He's momentarily taken aback, and then gives me an empathetic stare. Don't you look at me this way. You don't have the right.
I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Look, if there's anything I can do to help.
If you can't tell your big kahunas to fuck off, I don't think there's a single thing.
Julia.
I pull out a smoke and light it up. Gotta get back in control.
Please don't do that. There's a smoke detector here.
No worries. Nick turned them off a few weeks ago. Probably the most creative thing he's done in the past 5 years. Good old Nick, the perfect 21st century cinema reviewer. Never has an original thought of his own, just relies on his purely algorithmic taste to stay likable. And the best thing is, it works. Funny, I used to dream about his job. It was Brian who killed this dream, making me realize Nick won't be unseated anytime soon, and offered to teach me the ways of investigative journalists instead. Wasn't the career I ever wanted to pursue, but to my dismay, I turned out to be surprisingly good at it, until this Montgomery thing happened. Serves me right. Lesson learned. Should have pursued my dreams instead.
Stop it. Nicholas is a good friend, a respected critic, and a member of my team. And put out that smoke. People tell me I let you step all over me. Why do I even let you act this way?
Because you once told me, honesty is the most important in a mentor-student relationship. Oh, I fucked that whole thing up. Oh my god, I can't read! And that it works both ways. And because I thought we were friends. He bites his lip and stares sideways to avoid my eyes.
At the end of the day, bosses aren't friends. Must have been a terrible mentor if I didn't teach you that.
Yeah, could have been a bit better. There's too much shared history between us, so I'm reluctant to make this parting of ways too bitter.
I might have failed you as a guide, but I will do what I cannot to leave you stranded, okay? What I can not.
I know, right? It's something about the way it's written that, like, just completely fucks it up for, like, when you read it.
I will do what I can not to leave you stranded. To not leave you stranded, that's what I'm trying to say, and it's just...
Yeah. It catches you. Yeah.
None of them are a remedy for all your troubles, but...
Ugh, wait a second. Another vibration in my pocket. Another foreboding feeling. This time I reluctantly take out the smartphone in my pocket. If it has to rain, why not let it pour? A new email.
Just
it's a lengthy
7
one.
days.
And the sender, speak of the devil. No. No, no. This can't be. Christ. I just got an email from Mila Lopez. She claims she's just been laid off from Double Spiral. Same as Mike Antonoff and Jared Rivera.
What? What happened?
I'll spare you all her insults, okay? The key thing is, it seems their HR knows all the confidential information about my journalistic investigation and used it to shut everyone's mouth. Hell, apparently Montgomery walked up to Lopez as she was emptying her desk and told her to thank me for being a, quote, dumb and careless cunt. Oh, fuck, YouTube's not gonna like that, are they?
Nope.
Brian goes pale. I think he has a very good reason to. You fucking scumbag. You outed my sources?
What? What? Of course not. What are you even saying?
Oh, don't you dare play coy. It must have either been you or me, no one else, and you know the way I work. My investigation was basically untraceable, both on and offline. Carefully picked meeting spots, encryption upon encryption, every direct quote rewritten 5 times just in case. All sorts of red herrings scattered around. I know my shit. You know I do. And this timing? Did you just pass a flash drive to your beloved Big Kahunas during a meeting as a sign of goodwill?
Look, I get you're upset, but why don't we just talk this through calmly?
Fury takes the wheel, and I'm just here along for
Do
the
the
ride.
variations of the
I
same
can't do
thing.
anything about it. In a deranged way, realizing you're just a passenger in your own body feels liberating. Let's just see it all unfold. Calmly? Fuck you, Brian.
Julia,
I've been paranoid for months and months, acting like everyone I didn't know was an assassin or a corporate spy. I know I haven't messed up. Not in a way that would implicate all of them. You goddamn... You thought you could get away with this?
I haven't done anything improper. Don't push the blame on me.
So what, you're claiming it's my fault? 'Cause you're never the guilty one? It's always the bosses, the economy, the obligations you have, and now me?
You're being silly. Quit with this martyr bullshit. Calm down or I'll have to...
You immoral shithead. You motherfucking...
Calm down, for God's sake.
And so it goes. I yell out a lot of words I want to say for a long time, but held back. I fling a lot of insults I've been workshopping for years, hoping I'd never use them. I break a few things. At times, for a split second, I see pity in somebody's eyes. It's gonna haunt me for a long time, but in the heat of the moment, I don't care. These people, no. This company has nothing left to offer me, so at least let me take this catharsis. In the end, a security guard has to escort me out of the building. And that's the end of my journalistic career. I just feel like my world has crumbled into nothing. You want to be Dakota or should I?
Sure, I can be Dakota, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you have every right to. Like, Jesus, if I were you, I would have already broken down to a sobbing mess.
I'd love to, but I'm on a subway, far too crowded to pry in public, even now, and... It's stupid, but I feel like someone out there keeps destroying everything I hold dear just to see my reaction. Like it was a prank show and someone was waiting to record me crying. So out of sheer spite, I'm doing my best not to cry. Fuck you, whoever and wherever you are.
That's the most Julius Owinski thing I've heard. Spite is the greatest motivator, huh?
It is an incredible motivator, actually.
Spite as the greatest motivator?
Not feeling particularly motivated to do anything right now, to be honest. I just want to stay in my bed until my shithead landlord calls the cops to forcefully evict me.
Not surprised. Shit. I know that whatever your life decides to fuck you over, it's always one thing after another. But this too much.
How much is too much? Let's recap this last week of June 2019. Oh, this is... okay. I've been kicked out of my job. Well, not that I've ever been hired, so let's just say my mentor broke every vague promise he ever made to me. A big thing I'd been working on for a year and a half went down the toilet. It's all useless. My boss didn't protect my sources properly, and now they keep trying to reach me through every possible channel to threaten me or just yell at me, and they have every right to react like that. All of my side gigs were shut down. Nobody's replying to my emails. Someone's been dragging my name through the mud behind the scenes, and it worked.
I still have no idea who's sending those shitty messages around. I've been asking, but...
Listen, don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna stand idly by and watch you get cancelled by some mean-spirited delusional.
I said don't worry about it. I have 3 unread messages from my landlord. The message previews were stressful enough. A call came from Chicago, apparently. Dad has bladder cancer. Mom's in hysterics.
Damn!
She'd go crazy if she heard about my situation, so I have to pretend everything is okay whenever she calls. And she calls every day. And she just won't hang up before she offloads all her burdens on me. And I can't blame her, because we all had to learn to cope with Dad's psychopathic tendencies somehow. I was robbed. All my documents and what little money I had, gone. I don't even know when or where it happened, and it's driving me crazy, because I'm always extremely wary of pickpockets. The list goes on. I don't want to sound paranoid, but it really feels like a concerted attack.
Paranoid is good. Anyway, I know you always hand-wave this topic away, but just remember that if anything happens, my place is your place. You don't have to get through it alone.
I do. I've been a trouble magnet, and as self-centered as I may be, I don't want it to affect you. I know. Listen, I have another call.
Alright, just call me if anything happens, no matter how dumb it seems, okay? Just swing by whenever you can. Oh, since
I
Dakota's
will.
gonna wind up being a girl.
Thank you. See you. Maybe. Probably. I don't think I've seen too many guys named Dakota. That is more of a girl's name now that I think about it, but who knows? You can name a guy Dakota. Who gives a fuck?
It doesn't matter.
Christ.
We'll figure things out.
I glance at my reflection in the window. Just look at this idiot. Whenever the situation requires me to dress formally, I still feel a bit like a child cosplaying as an adult. Should have just followed the dress for the job you want advice and continued dressing up like a trust fund kid who keeps partying on Brooklyn rooftops for years without a care in the world. It's only after a while that I realize the car is empty. Unnaturally so. I start feeling uneasy, but someone enters my peripheral vision.
Oh, hello there.
Shit. You're hot. And that's the last thing I call just register. The world dissolves. When I come to, I'm out of the subway, standing in a back alley I don't recognize. It's pretty dark. My eyes start adjusting, and I try to figure out what happened. There's a gun in my hand. A faint silhouette at my feet. It's not moving. Somebody stands in front of me, covered in shadows. I can't fully make out her face, but she's staring at me with visible intent. She speaks. Her voice is raspy and androgynous, her tone hateful and mocking. Aren't you a nasty one? What's going on? Who are you? Don't play coy. My mind goes blank. I look at the ground. There's a body, riddled with bullet holes, and I recognize who it is.
This is Brian, isn't it? Oh, okay.
Oh, no. The corpse belongs to Mike Antonoff, one of the double spiral whistleblowers, my source. He was just threatening to get back at me a few hours ago. Before I can feel even the tiniest bit of compassion, I face a terrible realization. They will think I'm guilty. Oh my god. Am I guilty? How is this real? You've done something to me, haven't you? Back in the subway. That was you, wasn't it? A man is bleeding out at your feet, and you're turning this around on me somehow? I haven't done anything to him. Again, don't play coy. You knew him. He was mad at you. You started telling him sob stories about your situation. He wasn't having none of it. You got mad. Things escalated. He died. This isn't true.
That's a double negative.
It's plausible, but that doesn't make it true. Or does it? This is just a nightmare. It doesn't even make sense. It must be a dream. And if it isn't, the person in front of me must be responsible. There's a faint voice in my head.
He wasn't having none of it, so he was having a little bit, at least.
Screaming that it's her world, that I'm just living in it. What the fuck have you done to me? Nothing yet, but I'll do what I can to get you locked up for life. This is murder in the first degree with special circumstances. Her detached voice and nonsensical tone only reassures me this can't be real. I refuse to believe it is. Before I even manage to think this through, I point the gun at her. If I did murder him, you wouldn't be acting like that. You wouldn't be standing in front of me. You'd be running away, calling the police, begging for help, yelling that I'm a psycho. Oh, you are a psycho. But I'm not a coward. I won't let you walk out of here alive. This doesn't make a lick of sense. Tears well up in my eyes. Why are you doing this? Because sometimes one has to confront what they're really made of. There's no two ways about it. She's got to be nuts. Slowly but surely, she's walking towards me. Stop right there or I'll shoot! Go on. It's the only way you can get off the hook, isn't it? The only way you can survive. But you will definitely prove you are the monster I claim you are. What the fuck is this tone? So controlling, inauthentic, patronizing. I'm serious. For your own sake, you'd better be. She keeps getting closer. Maybe I did kill Antonoff. Maybe I don't deserve to live. Maybe it's less tiring not to live. Maybe I should just let her take care of me. Maybe I'll just wake up. Or maybe this insane reality needs to be rejected as violently as possible. Maybe a world that wants to destroy me deserves to be destroyed. She's right in front of me. It's now or never. Shoot her!
Shoot her!
Shoot her! I close my eyes and squeeze the trigger. A loud bang echoes through the alley. I'm afraid to look at what I've done. I've been to a shooting range once and felt absolutely horrified by pistols. Such a small thing, but it can easily puncture a hole in the fabric reality is made of. I never knew I'd be able to use it against another human being. The very thought makes me want to puke. You are a right choice after all. I'm so glad. You haven't allowed yourself to break, but you've crossed the line I needed you to cross. There's a silent flame in you that could become an inferno if left unchecked. I sure hope it will. She's still alive. Her voice is coming from behind me. She puts her hands around my waist, and her cold mouth touches my cheek. I can feel my shirt getting violently torn off. I don't understand, but I'm too dazed to protest. This was your final test. Congratulations. You have been proven worthy. I'm not reading it word for word, I know.
Do you think this is similar to Coteries of New York, where you can just die at the start?
Probably. There's probably a trophy for it. And I want to get that trophy. I can feel something sharp sliding into my neck. It's not too painful, just startling. Think, a doctor pushing a needle into your vein without proper warning. Then it hits me. Pure bliss. The dopamine receptors I've considered completely fried until now suddenly recover and start bombarding me with pleasure I've never known before. I finally let the tears go. They've come flooding. They've been waiting for years. It's such a relief. Is it raining? Feels like I'm in the middle of a deluge at least, washing away all my fears, all my sorrows, all of my anger, all of my pain, all of my ego. I become one with the world, and the woman behind me. She's holding me tight, making me feel like the only important thing in this world. Everything else blurs. I feel something intense towards her, something I've never felt before. Is this love? I hope it is. This is not you, hisses a familiar, cynical voice in the back of my head. But it's okay. I've never felt particularly fond of me anyway. New York, you're perfect. Oh, please don't change a thing. He who laughs in the shadows always has the last laugh. Hallelujah! Praise be! When everything is cliche, nothing is. Isn't that the ever-distant utopia I've been chasing all along? People on the other trains, I hope you're all doing fine. God, shut up. Just enjoy it. You finally understand. She's making love to me. She's giving birth to me. She's burying me. I'm pretty sure I've been dead for a while. I'm pretty sure I could stare at my own corpse in her hands from a distance. For a moment. Somehow. And then I'm alive again. She lifts her mouth from my neck. No, wait. I taste blood in my mouth. Was I drinking her blood too? I realize that whatever this was, it's over, and I have to bask in the afterglow while I still can. I also immediately understand that I'm going to chase this fleeting feeling for the rest of my existence. Finally, she lets out a whisper which concludes the ceremony. No matter what happens next, don't forget, you're a monster. But you were lucky enough to be born into a world of monsters. So don't you ever mourn that fact. Embrace it. Trophy, shrouded in shadows. Vampire the Masquerade.
No, this sounds like something interesting. A vampire journalist.
Yeah. Once again, I find myself in Big Beat Burger, where the beating just can't be beat. Familiar surroundings, faces I recognize, mood.
You can't
same
beat
as it ever
the
was.
meat getting beat.
Still, I process it in an entirely different way. It all frustrates me now. More precisely, it makes me frustrated with myself. It's like I'm clinging to the remnants of a cocoon I've outgrown. Ugh. It's the same with these cigarettes. I don't need them anymore. So why do I keep holding on to them? Fucking hell. It's like I refuse to accept that I'm something better than I used to be. A vampire. Dictionary updated! Child. Embrace. Kindred.
Kindred.
Sire. Kindred eggs.
kind red. The kind red eggs. Be careful. It's
Okay, yeah. Just 2 nights ago, I met Karen. She embraced me, by which I mean she turned me into a kindred. She calls herself my sire, and to me her child. Last night, she taught me the basics of survival. Drinking blood, manipulating humans, bending steel, controlling shadows. Tonight, I expected more lessons. Silence! Instead, she told me to go out and enjoy myself. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.
Adios.